In this tutorial, we'll look at some basic navigation and filtering for Navision, so you can find part numbers, invoice numbers, pretty much anything that you want to look at. These functions that we're going to show are pretty much universal throughout the modules. So for this example, we're just going to use our item field. Whatever, when you click on that, whatever you were in last will show up on your screen. So here, the last thing I was in, it looks like some Denny Moore stuff. So if we need to find a different part number, you can scroll through using your VCR buttons. If you have a mouse with a wheel on it, you can scroll backwards and forwards using that. If you actually want to look up and type in your part number, you would hit this list or F5 on your keyboard, and now it's bringing up a list of all your part numbers. So to find a part number that you need, you can choose to sort on any, to look at any one of the columns that are listed here, and you can see as we scroll through, there's quite a few. So to choose the column that you want to look at, you simply click on one of the fields showing in that column, and wherever this dashed box is, that's where you'll be looking. So here we just want to keep it to part number. And when you start typing, it automatically is moving your list, and when you find the part number you were looking at, you just click on it and say OK. And then you can look at everything associated with that part number. If you have an entire list and you need to narrow it down, maybe by a date or something like that, when you get your list, you can hit this key right here, this icon, which is a filter field, or F7, and it brings up this filter. A few things with the filter. For Navision, if you want to do this number through that number, or this date through that date, you connect them by 2 dots. So in this example, we'll look at this part number through this part number. And we'll say OK. And now you can see our item list is filtered just on those part numbers that we were looking at. To get our entire list back, we hit Show All. Now if we want to filter on, let's say we just want all of the F135 part numbers, we would have F135 and an asterisk. What the asterisk does is I don't care what is behind that F135. I want a list of all part numbers that show that. And we would say OK. Our list box doesn't show it very well, but our list is now filtered to only show F135 part numbers. Again, we'll show all. And the last filtering I want to show you is to do a non-consecutive filtering. So here we're going to choose this part number, and we're going to choose this part number in our example, and those are the only two we're going to end up with. To do that, we use what's called this pipe symbol. This can be found on your keyboard. It's the shift and the backslash, and then there's a straight line actually right above that on the key above your keyboard. So you would hit that pipe symbol, and then we're going to type in the other part number we're looking for and say OK, and now we're limited to just those two. Again, where you might be using these with an invoice is, I know I'm looking for an invoice that was done on this day. I can filter on the date, I can filter on the customer that it was shipped to, and things like that. So that is some basic filtering. The last thing that I want to show you is that you can actually export these lists. So again, if I hit my list, I have all my part numbers, and if I hit my Excel, it'll actually send this entire list to Excel and open it up in Excel as well. And there I have my list. And you can use any basic Excel feature then and work with that list that way.